Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. You know, I was taking a shower and I was thinking about how Donald Trump has traumatized this country. And my focus was on the fact that nothing that he has done since Joe Biden left office is legit. Everything is like counterfeit. He is not the president of the United States, even though they had an election. And whether he stole the election or people actually gave him the number of votes, it doesn't matter. He is not the president of the United States because of the violations that he made when he did the things that he was accused of done and being found guilty of it. That took away all of the possibilities of him ever having to be anywhere close. And the fact that he is there does not legitimize it at all. And we the people, I want you to know that the reason that he is still out there parading as he is because of you the people. It's not really because of the system. See, the system has failed you already. The system has failed you. There's no way, look, that this man can come and tell you that he's running for office because he wants to do this and he wants to do this and he wants to do this and he wants to do this. And then he gets in office. And none of those things that he says that he wants to do, he does. But everything that you are disgusted about, if not all of them, some of them, he's just making these decisions and you don't matter. And he is illegit. And the system has said he's here. And you, the people, the author of the system, you, the power behind the system, you, the power behind everything that exists. And this exists because you have been manipulated to the desensitizing of the reality of truth. Well, and as I was thinking about that, I began to think about people everywhere. You know, the Sunday school teachers. I started thinking about people who are just easygoing. You know, they're not trying to start anything. They're not trying to be a part of any resistance. They're just living their lives. And for some strange reason, they've been blessed enough to make it. I thought about them. And then I just thought about people in general. And what I began to see is that all of us, each of us, including all of us, have something that we've done that we perhaps don't want anyone to know of, or something we've done that we are kind of ashamed of. In other words, we've done some stuff just like everybody else. Now, our stuff in our own minds might not be as detrimental as their stuff, but that goes and comes depending. But the reality of it is we have all been victims of some stuff that we wish we could take back. So as I was thinking about this, I'm thinking about how we are as a people. We weren't born this way, but we, because of circumstance, are as we are. And then I'm thinking about changing things. And since the thought crossed my mind that we are all guilty of something, I mean, truly, all guilty of something. And since we don't have what we desire to have, you know, it's like you wouldn't want a slave owner to own slaves, or a man who wants to be a slave owner to own slaves. It would be nice not to engage in anything like that. So if you don't want him or anyone to engage in something like that, then you take away the incentives. You take away the incentives. So since we were all victims of our indoctrination, and who we are is because of that, partly, great part of it. But we want to make that change. So we give ourselves a break by forgiving one another for all of the stuff that has happened, that has kept this world messed up like it is. And we're doing this because we want to change. We want to make it better. We want to make it better. So we forgive each other. And having forgiven each other, then we think about how do we go forward. Still having to deal with the things of life as we have, but do it to make the kind of changes that it would allow us to really do it, engage in it, make it real, without the pain and suffering of the past. Wouldn't that be nice? I was just thinking about that. Then I was thinking that when people throw Jesus in the scene, they say Jesus is coming back. Some people say he's coming back and they have him all dressed up in armor with all coming back to whip some heads. I mean, to really whip some heads. That's the way some people talk about it. And I'm thinking, that doesn't make any sense. Not love doesn't make any sense at all. So I see the pain and suffering that comes from that, which tells me that thought, that idea is from the pit of hell. So I'm thinking, if we really want our individual needs and wants and desires met, and you think about everybody on the face of the earth really want their wants, their needs, and their desires met. Every human being on earth. Then we think about every human being on earth probably want to live in peace and be prosperous and free. Just thinking about it, joyous and happy. And they probably want to live their dreams. And as they think about those things that are absolutely essential for having a fulfilled and satisfied life, by having certain needs met, and these are few but not limited to. That's food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare. You know, those things that we already utilize. But how do you make them better? How do you make them the best they could possibly be? And this, my friends, this is what makes it so magnificent. Considering this, the thing that makes it so uniquely beautiful is that you, each of us, have purpose here on this earth, and we recognize what it is. And we want to engage ourselves in it because it gives us our greatest joy. Now, that means some of us might have careers that we already love. Some of us might be in the job just for money and all those other kinds of things, but definitely not because you love it. Loving it means that it gives you your greatest joy. Loving it means you can do it all the time and not get too much of it. Loving it. And that's what everybody got, a career that they love. This is the part of the change ideal that is being shared with you. Loving it. And as you're loving what you are doing, what you're really doing is all of the things that you have determined that are essential. The things that you have imagined, everything, and more to come. And that's what you're actually creating from the resources that comes from the power that responsible for all things. And now you got the things you talk about going to heaven to get, you're living as though you're in heaven. No lying, no cheating. And so you've forgiven their people, you've forgiven one another for the things that you've done, and you agreed that let's make it right, let's make it beautiful for everybody, where there's no pain, there's no suffering. And where anything comes in that tries to bring that about, we make sure that we get it out. And we do it quickly. Now, to me, that's worth me asking you to forgive one another. That's fine enough for me to plead with you to think about love as opposed to hate. I mean, give it some thought. Think about all the stuff that you wish you had enough money to buy. You don't have to need any money nowadays, because all things that exist belongs to all of you, the people, in that you are co-owners with all the things that exist through the system in which you have given yourselves the opportunity to administer. And if you're going to talk about Jesus coming back, that would seem to me the time that Jesus would come back, when you got it together. I mean, if you came through the one time you didn't have it together, why come back again when you don't have it together? Why, to fix it? Gonna fix it the first time. So if he didn't fix it the first time, must mean that that power is in your hands and you must do it. We, the people, must fix our own situation. And then if Jesus want to come back, then Jesus can come back to a place where we not ashamed, he's not ashamed, and life is wonderful. Why? Because the heaven that you talk about on the spiritual level is the same heaven that's right here on this material level. And it is because the same principles that are practiced in the spiritual level are practiced here in the material level. And that is to love the power that you can't see because it's boss. And the evidence of loving that power, that you love and respect one another. And you can maintain that because you each got your own things that keep you going. Hey, so to me that just sounds better than anything that Donald Trump is talking about. And I'm sharing it to you and with you in such a way that it does not have to be me trying to sit in a chair of knowing it all. No, it's simple enough. So once it's shared with you, you grasp it, and every last one of you will understand what it's all about. All you need is some courage. All you need is some faith. Well, but that's to get you through. In order to get this system through, it's going to take you, the people. Nobody's going to come and force it on you. You can keep right on going through anything that, as I was thinking, you know what I said about Donald Trump earlier, right? I don't want to repeat it. You can continue that, or you can dare to be the child of the Almighty God and begin to live. I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this moment. I hope I said something that impressed you enough to give some thought. Who knows? It might just make all of us better. Until next time, Eddie Marcus say goodbye for now.